Welcome to the Home Business Podcast with Richard Captain Henderson, publisher of Home Business Magazine, and Sherilyn Colleen, managing editor. This how-to show helps you successfully operate your home-based business.
Greetings and welcome to the Home Business Podcast. I'm Richard Captain Henderson, your skipper at Home Business TV.
And I'm Lynn, your co-host.
Let's secure, foresee, and get underway. In the world of small business, we like to use the term bootstrap in looking for ways to leverage what's already out there to build your business.
One avenue that most home-based entrepreneurs never think of are the wide variety of online events, as almost anyone can host an event.
Yes, with the right know-how and savvy, you can leverage online events to build authority, make connections, and boost your sales.
To bootstrap online events, you'll need to develop an online partnerships with the right entrepreneurs who are connected to the right events.
Online events also require the right infrastructure and web presentations that invite your target audience to connect in.
You'll also want to leverage paying clients from event partnerships.
Joining us today to help us leverage online events is Abdo Riani, an online events expert and owner of StartupCircle.co.
So greetings, Abdo Riani. Welcome to the Home Business Podcast. Say hello.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited for this conversation today.
Yeah, thanks for coming on our show.
So you're connecting in from the beautiful wide open spaces of southern Texas?
Yes, sir. McAllen, Texas, to be more specific.
Do you get an inspiring view of the Rio Grande River?
We do. We do.
Great. Thanks for connecting in.
Yeah, so let's get started. Online events are a growing but neglected opportunity for home business owners. Abdo, talk with us about some of the online events that are out there.
Sure, absolutely. So here's the idea of online events. It's to begin with, I guess, let me intro it. It's about leveraging people's audience, experts, indirect competitors, those who sell or offer supplementary or complementary products and services. It's about leveraging their audience instead of fighting for the attention of their followers. In other words, you're providing them with enough value for them to say, you know what, let me promote it to my audience and bring some of the people that trust me to come and trust you. And you can execute on this in many ways. The most common way is by launching online summits. Online summits focus on a certain topic and provide attendees with interview sessions with educational material to help them enhance their knowledge about the space and get their questions answered. The way it works is you invite 5, 10, sometimes more speakers, experts in the space. You host sessions, 30 to 60-minute sessions. You ask them questions and you allow attendees to ask questions. And then you package all of those interviews, the recordings of all those interviews, and you create an evergreen product out of it, so that those who have not attended the event can later on join the event and learn from it. It's a great way to grab people's attention. It's a great way to have them join your list. Email list is one of the most valuable assets in an online business owner's. And it's a great way to connect with a new audience and build a trust through the people that they look up to. Now, that's not the only way that you can leverage online events, or you can execute, I guess, to be more specific, on online events. There are many ways. Let me give you 2 more examples. One of the things I launched recently was with the founder of Lifter LMS, an LMS plugin, WordPress plugin that helps course creators create courses that convert. I reached out to Chris and I told him that from my coaching clients, I learned that a big percentage of course creators invest in the technology, in buying the plugin, but don't use it, but don't create a course out of it. I told him, Chris, would you be interested in hosting a week-long mastermind to help those who have invested in the product, but have not yet created a course out of it, to help them to get educated and to execute and to move the needle? Chris was interested, and now we're hosting an online partnership event like this.
Yeah, I want to just kind of bring that out a little bit. First of all, I like the term summit. I think that's a better way of looking at it. But we're not, and so you kind of move away from events, but it's more or less finding some kind of a need out there where there would be an audience for it, and then pulling that together into a summit. So it doesn't necessarily have to be some kind of an event like sales presentations or something else, but it could be anywhere within a business's operations where there's a need to bring people together to talk about the subject, that you can convert then into a summit.
Correct. The idea of it is that you bring people to talk about a certain topic of interest and help them learn something new, and as a result, perhaps convert them into clients for your other products and services.
Well, that explains a lot why it's just boomed, and there's so many different summits and areas out there, because it's almost limitless, the things you can go into. Well, let's dig into this just a little bit. We don't want to go too much into the weeds here, but you do require the right infrastructure and presentations to invite your target audience. So briefly talk a little bit about any kind of website technical requirements or other types of technical issues that might come up with hosting an online summit.
Absolutely. So let me give you an example of my last summit, the Bootstrapping Summit. That's where I documented the journey of 100 plus self-funded or bootstrapped entrepreneurs. For that, all I needed, and all what summit creators need, is a landing page to list the speakers, topics, the dates, times, the benefits, so on and so forth, and a Zoom account to conduct the interviews, a course hosting site like Teachable, or they can use Lift Your LMS, or they can use LearnDash or others, and that's pretty much it. That's all you need, and your email address. To email people, to email speakers, to keep people updated, and get paid for hosting or putting everything.
So basically, hosting an online event, an online summit, technically that's within the reach of just about anybody who's plugged into the internet.
Exactly. My last event, it took me, in fact, the big one, the Bootstrapping Summit, took me about 2 months to go from interest in creating a summit to launching a summit, but 90% of the time went to the interviews, the reach outs, the editing, and so on and so forth. But the technical side, pretty much 3 days or 4 days, and I was ready to go.
Wow. Now, leveraging an online event requires partnerships. Abdo, what types of online partnerships can entrepreneurs join to grow their businesses?
Sure. So there are many types of partnerships. At the end of the day, a partnership has to be beneficial to both parties. So if you are the one pitching the partnership, you have to make sure that you get your hands dirty, that you provide them with all the reasons why they should go into this partnership without spending a lot of resources. So let me give you an example. Here's one example of a partnership. One of the things I did to promote Startup Circle is I went to local chambers of commerce, and I told them that one of your goals as a chamber is to promote economic activity, to help entrepreneurs start and grow businesses. And one of the things you're doing to accomplish this goal is you're bringing experts to help those entrepreneurs answer questions and move their businesses forward. But I told them the budget is limited and the time is limited. You might not be able to bring many experts this year. I can help with that. I offered, my partnership was, I will bring the experts. I will host the events locally through Zoom, though. The experts are going to be speaking to attendees through a Zoom session. And I only need your help with distribution. All I need from you is to do exactly what you do, but help me implement it with this event. Help me promote it. So I was happy that about 100 people showed up to the event and learned about Startup Circle. The chamber was happy because they got a high-profile entrepreneur who otherwise charges $25,000 plus for a keynote. The members were happy because they got an opportunity to ask high-profile entrepreneurs a question, and everyone is happy at the end of the day. So this is one type of partnership that I have executed on that didn't really take time or money or energy and has served everyone well.
Just to clarify that a little bit, when you brought the 100 people in, was that all done online, or did you have a face-to-face, any kind of a face-to-face on that? Was it all?
Yes. Everything was face-to-face except the Q&A session. Except the entrepreneur who joined, who is based in New York City, was not able to come in. He joined through Zoom, and I went to the chamber. The attendees were at the chamber, and we hosted it at the chamber, and the Q&A was conducted through Zoom.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about, those partnerships. The most important factor in an online partnership is trust. How do you build trust with potential partners so that they will want to work with you on these online event summits?
Absolutely. So, Richard, one of the mistakes I made in the past was put an Excel sheet of up to 200 people that I believed fit my partnership criteria, and I wanted to reach out to them. And then I copied literally and pasted an email copy and blasted out the email to every single one of them. No one was interested in doing that. It's because although the opportunity may sound interesting, they did not trust me. And they didn't want to take the time to get to know me and perhaps make some time for the partnership. So here's the easiest way to build trust. The easiest way to build trust is to have a one-on-one conversation. And the easiest way to have a one-on-one conversation like this is to ask people for an interview. I found that a lot of people, most people, like to be experts. And the least you can do is highlight their expertise. And if you can invite them to have an interview with you, there is a very high chance they are going to accept. And that is going to be your opportunity to build a relationship.
I want to bring that up. That's a really good point. So to find partners, instead of just making some kind of an initial request, you use that key point of building on their expertise and their desire to build their reputation to leverage that into building trust and wanting to partner with you.
Exactly. So I reach out to for instance, recently I've been reaching out to a lot of chamber presidents. And my approach to them is that I am creating a segment, which I am, at Startup Circle for local business leaders and community developers, and I wanted to feature them to talk about what initiatives have worked to help their cities grow. 50% more people answer to that email than when I pitched them, hey, I have this idea of a partnership where I can help your members, I can help you, and I can help Startup Circle without you spending any time or money or energy.
And everybody wants to be a leader.
Exactly. So when I get them to have a conversation with me and they get to know me, I have a much higher chance of convincing them that this is an opportunity worth pursuing. It's also easier for me to explain when I'm speaking with them than when I'm writing a paragraph or two explaining the details.
That kind of also gets them involved with buying into the online event where they're actually going to be, they're going to get their hands dirty and be involved with it, which, will help to build that partnership and trust.
Correct. So that is my process for any type of partnership that I want to start and evaluate and build. And I can give you another example if we have the time. For instance, recently I have been building partnerships with brands that sell to startups and to startup founders. And my proposal is simple. Here's what I told them I will do for you. After, obviously, I have built a relationship with them through an interview. I told them my goal at Startup Circle is to bring successful entrepreneurs and connect them with rising founders through daily live Q&A sessions. Here's the thing. I'll give you an example. FreeUp, which is a marketplace administrative assistance. I told Nathan, the founder, after I had interviewed him, that I know you have a lot of case studies. A lot of successful entrepreneurs have built even more successful businesses thanks to FreeUp. Here's what I want to do. I want to interview those people, and I want to have them on Startup Circle and have them help other entrepreneurs build their businesses. But in the middle of the conversation, I'm going to ask them about FreeUp. I'm going to ask them about how FreeUp has helped their businesses grow. And in exchange, all I need from you is to send 2 dedicated emails to your subscribers a month to tell them a FreeUp success story is at Startup Circle at X time on X date. Join the live session to learn about X, Y, and Z and learn how FreeUp has helped this entrepreneur succeed. Who wouldn't want to promote their success story?
And you're also replicating it too. So you're getting it out to, multiple lists where you're getting distributing it through multiple people that you're working with. So you kind of get a leverage factor on that.
Correct. That is the goal from doing all of this. And now, so far, we have 10 partners. One of them is actually Indie Hackers, a community of 50,000 plus entrepreneurs, and they're frequently sending us not only actually speakers, but also members, Startup Circle members. That has literally accelerated Startup Circle growth. I can easily call it overnight. So those are just the types of partnerships that any entrepreneur building any product, any service can leverage and can execute on.
Well, it really brings out the point of how online events can tap into that leverage. That's a competitive advantage of this, and that types of leverage would exist in any kind of entrepreneurial scenario that you're tapping into when you start to work with people.
So look, Richard, one of the main reasons, if not the only reason why I created my first summit last year, the Bootstrapping Summit, was because after about 6 years building startups and helping entrepreneurs build startups, I wanted to offer different products and services. I wanted to offer coaching services, consulting services. I wanted to sell digital products, but I didn't have an audience. That's one of the main problems for those who are, selling online. They don't have an audience. So my hypothesis was, what I started this conversation with, what if I can leverage those who have my audience? What if I can leverage their audience instead of fighting for the attention of their followers through Facebook ads or social media in general, Google ads, and so on and so forth? What if I can highlight their expertise, provide them with enough value that they are happy to promote me to their audience? Wouldn't that work? And that's exactly what happened. 2 months later, from literally about 100 subscribers, I went to 6,000 plus subscribers. Thanks.
That's a good increase.
which took me about 2 months to execute on. And it was just my decision to take 2 months. I could have taken a month with 20 speakers and 30 instead of 100. I decided to go all in. And that helped me sell my coaching services for the whole year. It's actually what I call every entrepreneur's opportunity for a 2-3 months overnight success. In sum, it is a simple and yet effective way to grow an audience, build authority and trust, which is one of the things we're going to talk about next.
Well, that's wonderful. Abdo, let's talk more about gaining clients. How can you make connections with your first 10 or next 100 paying clients for event partnerships?
Absolutely. So I start with the interviews. I like to connect with people on a personal level. I specifically select potential partners or influencers or experts who are perhaps offering complementary or supplementary products and services. Like Chris Badgett, the founder of Lifter LMS, he offers a software for course creators, and I can help course creators create courses. Use Chris's software to create the course, execute on their course ideas. So I put a list of about 20, sometimes already 50, and I reach out to them for a quick call. I have a conversation with them, and then I propose to create some sort of an online event or a partnership that allows me and them, but let me focus on me right now since this is about acquiring the first 10 or 100 customers, that allows me to get in front of a big enough sample so that a small percentage of that can convert into customers. So I say, for instance, I know that for every 1,000 new person that knows me, I know that I'm going to acquire 2 or 3 coaching clients. Now, this is high-end product, and it isn't cheap. So 2% is good, or 0.2%. Is a good conversion rate. So that is how I started coaching, for example. I leverage others' audience who got to know me through the people that they follow. And when they got to know me, I sent them a series of emails to tell them more about me and how I can help them. And then I sold them on my products and services.
So kind of in a nutshell, you looked at a target audience out there and assumed some kind of a percentage you could get out of, or you would be able to get a response from. And then from there, going into that larger target audience, you then brought out a small portion of that audience and kind of using them as seed corn to build that base of paying clients that you then leveraged out from.
Correct. And here's the thing, Richard. I could have invested a couple $1,000s on social media ads. I could have invested in other, advertising channels. But I didn't want to do that because I am testing this. And I want to make sure that I have as many conversations as I can so that I can test my pricing even further. So I can test my delivery or my service more, so that I can add other perhaps products and services that allow me to upsell them and cross-sell them. And I wanted to find channels that allow me to do that without spending a ton of money.
So you're getting good feedback then. So I guess that's another good point too. Looking at one other thing, with an end game with online events is to build increased authority. How do you leverage these online events to gain more authority?
Sure, Richard. When I focused on bootstrapping, for example, when I branded myself as a bootstrapping expert, an entrepreneur who helps self-funded entrepreneurs build businesses under limited to no budget, I didn't have enough proof, if we may say, that I am the branding expert. I'm the bootstrapping expert. And by creating a reference for bootstrap entrepreneurs to learn about bootstrapping and to connect with other bootstrappers and to learn about me, I was able to strengthen my personal brand. But more importantly here, Richard, when I was seen speaking, interacting, connecting with highly successful bootstrapped entrepreneurs, that has instantly built trust in me and helped me connect, skip many stages, in fact, many trust building stages with this new audience that otherwise would want to learn more about me through emails, through videos, through social media, through recommendations or referrals. That is one way that online events and different types of partnerships have helped me accomplish.
So when you've got attendees on your online events and they're connecting with each other, then through yourself, you naturally become an authority with all of the entrepreneurs.
Exactly. So that is the idea. When you become the center of attention, you become the person who's put everything all together. You brand yourself as a leader in the space. In fact, I think that one of the main reasons why I became a Forbes contributor was because of the Bootstrapping Summit and other things, obviously, that I did prior to the Bootstrapping Summit as a startup founder myself.
They're all kind of your testimonials. They're right there.
Yeah.
Real testimonials.
Yes, sir.
Abdurrahmani, this has been a great discussion on leveraging an online event to grow your business and build authority. Do you have any final points you would like to share?
Having conversations, really. I think I highly recommend that every entrepreneur gets spend some time every week, like you guys and like I do every single day, having conversations with like-minded entrepreneurs. People that might one day work with them as partners, might not do that, might perhaps be referrals. This has changed my mindset as an entrepreneur tremendously, and it has contributed or boosted my business performance 5 to 10 times over the past 2 years. So having conversations with other entrepreneurs is what I want to end this with.
Well, that's also good for your networking too. That's a great point to end on. Well, Abdurrahmani, thank you for being such a great guest on the Home Business Podcast.
Thank you very much. This has been really great. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. To learn more about Abdurrahmani, please visit www.abdurrahmani.com or our website for more information on guests.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Home Business Podcast. Share your feedback with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, homebusinessmag.com.
Visit the website for information on advertising. Subscribe to our newsletter. Please visit our sponsors. For more info, visit homebusinessmag.com or the expo at homebusinessexpo.com.
I'm Richard Captain Henderson saying, anchors away.
We'll talk with you soon. Until then,
make it a great home-based biz day.